Okay.
I'm hoping we're starting in Charlotte.
Oh, you're going to sit on our seat on your bum. We're not sitting on starting in Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, that's
today.
good.
We're going to, okay. So welcome to your 30-minute lunchtime flow. We're going to start seated in easy seated position, legs crossed on your seat bones. So find your seat bones, maybe pull the flesh away from the bum. Place your hands on your lap and shut your eyes. So it's going to take a moment to arrive. It's a 30-minute class, so it's going to go fast, but we want this first few moments just to settle in and to arrive and align with our practice. And we'll start just by noticing the breath. Gentle inhales, long, slow exhales. So now start to breathe in through the nose fully, deeply, all the way up to the crown of the head. And then open the mouth and exhale. Let the shoulder blades relax down the back. And then another breath in, full and deep. At the top, scrunch the shoulders all the way up to the ears. And as you exhale, roll the shoulder blades down the back. So you create all this space along the neck. And then one more breath in, deep, full, keeping all that length through side body and through the neck. And as you exhale, start to engage the core. And now keeping the core engaged, lengthen out the breath. So inhaling for about a count of 5, exhaling for a count of 5. And just starting to find the rhythm of your breath, even in and equal inhales, even in equal exhales. Now gently open the eyes. Hands on your knees and just start to rotate around on your seat bones. It's like lubricating the hips, starting to move into the joints. And then go the opposite direction. Still noticing the breath. And then come back to center. Right hand to the outside of the right hip. Reach the left arm all the way up. Take a breath in to lengthen. And as you breathe out, hinge over the right side. So you're creating space and length along the left side of the body. You could have a little bounce just to get a little bit deeper into it. And then settle. Look under the left armpit. Breathe in fully and deeply. And breathe out, hinge a little bit deeper, keeping both seat bones pressing down. And then call all the way back up to center, both hands up overhead, look up. Lower the left arm down, keep the right arm raised. Breath in to lengthen. Breath out to hinge over towards the left. And as you hinge, you press the seat bones down and pull the navel in. And as you breathe out, you create a bit more space. And then inhale back up to center, big stretch up. Twist towards the right. So left hand goes to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, create length. And exhale, twist along the spine. One more breath in here. Think about really reaching the crown of the head up. And then as you breathe out, you twist a little bit deeper. Come back to center, arms reach up. And then go to the other side. Right hand to the left knee. Inhaling to set it up. Exhaling to twist. Always moving with the breath, working with the breath. Inhale, lengthen, create space. Exhale, deepen. And then back to center, both arms up overhead, reach up, look up, hands to knees, and we'll do some cat-cows in seated position. So inhale, heart forward, chest up. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, heart forward, chin looks up. Exhale, pull the navel in, drop the chin towards the chest. One more time, inhale, arch the back. Little back bend, and then exhale, round. Come back to center, roll over your hands and knees and come to your tabletop position. So stack shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. And here, take a few cat-cows in your own time. Inhaling to cow, exhaling to cat. Like that process of starting to move intuitively, starting to move with your body, starting to move with your breath. Cat-cow is such a good place to find that rhythm. Yeah, maybe you move a little bit faster, maybe a little bit slower today. You just start to feel into what your body needs to open up. And then next breath out, press the mat away, and then come back to your neutral tabletop, neutral spine. Tuck the toes, come into your downward facing dog. Yeah, and pedal into it. Get a little movement into the knees and into the hips. Deep ujjayi breath, in and out through the nose. And then come to stillness. High heels behind the ankles and really find your foundations here. So hands are pressing down and forward. You're creating length all the way from the tips of the fingers through the seat bones. And then as you exhale, the energy goes down your legs into the heels as the heels weight down towards earth. Take your dog a little bit wider, so feet as wide as the mat, maybe even a little bit shorter. As you inhale, take left hand to the outside of the right ankle and twist. Gentle twist, maybe you look under the right armpit and breathe. And then come back to your downward facing dog and switch sides. So left hand grabs the outside edge of the right ankle, or right hand grabs the outside edge of the left ankle. And you twist under the left armpit. A few deep breaths. And then come back to your short down dog and crawl your hands back towards your feet. Ragdoll. Hang in a nice, generous forward fold, feet still as wide as the mat. So you're a little bit wider than normal. And you can bend the knees here. Let it all hang. It's like maybe you're still, maybe you're moving. You're just moving to where your body needs right now. And feeling that rush of fresh oxygenated blood into the head. Release the hands, come into a halfway lift, press down through the heels and roll the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, release the left hand down onto the mat and we're gonna twist open to the right. So the left hand's planted, it could be on a block or it could just be flat on the mat and your right arm is reaching all the way up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Take a breath in, pull the navel in. And as you breathe out, twist the chest up towards the ceiling. Yeah, and you could go a little bit deeper and wrap the hand around to a half bind or to a full bind, knowing that you're moving into a bind to help open you up, not to shut you down. And then come back to a forward fold. Release the right arm down. Halfway lift, lower belly hugs in. Right hand plants on the mat, bend into the right knee and lift the left arm up to the ceiling. And the more you bend into the right knee, the more intensity you'll feel in the outer left hip pocket. Using your breath to go a little bit deeper. And then lower left hand down. Come into a halfway lift to lengthen out the spine again. Forward fold. Grab peace fingers with big toes, big fingers, wrapping around those big toes, and you pull the crown of the head down. Revolve the seat bones upwards. And it's like an active forward fold. So you have that resistance from fingers to toes, toes to fingers. And even your legs are engaged. So you're pulling, lifting the inner arch of your foot, and that engages the abductor muscles, the inner thighs. Take a breath in and a breath out. Release the fingers, come into a halfway lift. Yogi squat. Pigeon toe the feet out towards the sides and then sink down into your squat. And I always like to take a little bit of movement here. So you could wiggle from one side to the other and then settle. Yeah, maybe your hips are up a little bit, that's fine. You're trying to work the tailbone down. So wherever your hips get to allow you to release, that's totally fine. You do you, you do your body. And if you can, you come into hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra. Draw the crown of the head up, suck the lower belly in. Uddiyana Bandha Mula Bandha. It's like the pelvic floor and the core lock of your abdomen. Reach the right arm to the inside of the right thigh, right knee, and then left arm reaches up towards the sky. Lots of twists today. Inhale to reach the left hand up, and exhale, half bind or full bind. Left hand can wrap around the back towards the inner thigh. And then come back to center. Hands at Anjali Mudra, heart center. Lift up through the crown of the head and switch sides. So left arm reaches in front of the left knee and the right arm reaches up. It's like you're trying to grab something up above you. Right hand sparked up to the sky. And then move into your half bind or full bind. Wherever you went on the other side, you go there. Just one more breath in. And breath out, come back to center. Hands at heart center. And then lower the hands down to the mat. Pigeon toe the feet forward. Forward fold. Come into a halfway lift. Toes together. Little space between the heels. You're in your flat back. Get really, really long. You're pressing down through all four corners of the feet and hugging the leg muscles to the leg bones. Bow down. Stand all the way up. Big stretch up to the ceiling. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Getting a little bit of movement. Halfway lift, long spine. Pull the lower belly in. Fold. Extended mountain sweep up, stand tall. Fold forward, hinging at the hips. Halfway lift, lengthen. Fold. One more time, stand up, sweep up, look up, maybe you go back a little bit. And empty out, forward fold, drop everything. Drop the crown of the head, drop thought. Halfway lift, hands to the mat and crawl out to your high plank. Shift forward, and as you exhale, drop the knees, lower all the way down. Cobra, take a breath in, heart pulls forward. Breath out, lower all the way down. Inhale to Cobra, a little bit higher, elbows squeeze in. Exhale, lower the chest, the forehead down to the mat. Final time, come all the way up, high Cobra or upward facing dog. Tops of the feet press down, engage the thighs, engage the glutes. Downward facing dog, hips up and back. Ah. Take a full deep breath in and a long exhale. Feet together to touch at the back of the mat and raise the right leg all the way up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up. Feel that stretch across the right side body. It's like you're stacking hips here. And as you stack your hips, you pull the Mula Bandha in, pelvic floor lock. Tuck the tailbones. And then as you exhale, step forward. In between the hands, drop the back knee, untuck the back toes, and crawl your hands up to your right knee. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, drive the hips forward. It's like you're aiming your hips towards the front of the mat. Reach the hands up and overhead, clasp all fingers except pointer fingers. And then continue to drop the hips, drop into this little bit of a back bend. So you're looking up and back. And then as you exhale, shift the hips back, pull the navel in, and come into your half split. Like stretch through the hamstring. One breath here, reach towards the foot, and then breath out, hinge a little bit deeper over that right leg. It's like aiming chin to right shin. Okay, a little bit of movement here. We're gonna go a few times back and forth. Inhale, lunge, look up. Exhale, hips back, half split. Breathe in, hinge forward, hips drop. Breathe out, draw the hips back, right hip magnetized to the back of the mat. Inhale, chest up, heart forward. Exhale, hips back. Come forward to the front of the mat, both hands on either side of your foot. Tuck the back foot, and then reach the right arm up to the ceiling. So you're getting this twist, simple twist. And as you twist, you press the left heel up towards the ceiling, left heel energized, crown of the head reaching forward, and you twist along the spine. Inhaling to create all this length and exhaling to twist. Keep twisting, twisting, twisting so you come on the nice side edges of both feet and you get this stretch through the IT band on the left side. You drop the hips down towards the mat. It's intense, so breathe into it. Strong through the left hand, a little softness in the left elbow. One more breath in and breath out. Pivot your way to a side facing fold. So your feet are pointing towards the left side of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and then crawl your hands out forwards like you're spider fingers, walking the hands forward and drop the chest down. So your hips are pressing back, chest, shoulders, getting a really nice stretch. And then crawl the hands back underneath the shoulders. Grab the outside edges of both feet, both ankles, side facing forward fold. Press the outer edges of the feet down and away from each other and engage the inner thighs. It's like you can work in a pose or coast in a pose, and only you know. Come into your halfway lift. Walk the hands forward to the front of the mat. Step back into your high plank. Shift forward, drop the knees, lower down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Yeah, and just take one big breath in here and a long, slow exhale. Bring the feet together to touch the back of the mat. Raise the left leg all the way up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up. Stack your hips and breathe into the left. It's like breathing into the gills on the left side of your body. And feel that expansion as you take the breath in. And as you breathe out, step forward, low crescent lunge. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes, crawl the hands up to your left knee. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, draw the hips forward. Inhale, look up. Maybe your arms can come behind your ears. And then exhale, drive those hips down. One more breath in, breath out, shift back into your half split. I have my hands behind me. You could have your hands on either side of your leg. You create length. Left foot flexed, toes fanned out. Okay, a little movement, a little flow. Inhale, heart forward, look up. Exhale, hips back. Moving with your breath. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Breathe in, lunge. Breathe out, half split. And then come forward, plant your hands on either side of the left foot. And lift the right knee off the mat, twist, simple twist. Yeah, it's like you make these little adjustments as you come into your twist. So can you lift the right hip a little bit and pull the left hip back? So your hips are neutral, pull the lower belly in and twist along the spine. Press down through all four corners of the left foot and then continue to travel over onto the knife side edge of both feet. And you've got this stretch through the IT bands. And maybe you can drop the hips a little bit more. The more you drop the hips, the more intense you'll feel it. And you keep that softness in the joints, the softness in the elbows. And now transition your way to a side facing forward fold. Those toes towards the right side of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift, lower belly hugging in. Interlace the fingers behind your back. And now fold forward, draw the arms overhead. You get this rinsing through the shoulders and you let the crown of the head pull down towards earth. Inner arches pulling up. Engage the leg muscles, the thigh muscles, like skin to muscles to bones. So you still have a strong, grounded stretch here. Okay, inhale, release the arms, halfway lift, and then crawl the hands back, forward, step back, high plank. Drop the knees, lower all the way down. Little back bend cobra. Downward facing dog. And take a breath in here. Open the mouth and exhale. Raise the right leg. And maybe do a few circles here. I always like to get a little bit of movement through my hip joint before I go into a pigeon, my pigeon pose. So do that little bit of circle through the knees, through the hips, and then glide into half pigeon on the right. Right knee to right wrist and right foot towards the left wrist. Take a moment to set it up. Neutral hips. And then crawl the hands forward and come into your fold. And that could be onto your forearms. That could be all the way down. Wherever you are, shut your eyes. Relax your jaw. Release any tension in the hips and in the abdomen. So you can drop into this hip opener. And then we'll switch sides. And you make your transition. That could be through another down dog, or it could just be swinging the other leg around. I always like to take a few more circles through the hips after each of my pigeons. And then set up for half pigeon on the left. Moving into it in whatever way your body needs right now. And then once you've dropped in, you let go. So we come through into any practice, and so often we're like clung on to different thoughts, different feelings, expectations. It's like the whole journey, or the whole point of a yoga practice is try to let go of all that. Try to detach a bit and just be. Just experience the pose exactly as it is. Come up to a seated position, swing the right leg around, so both legs outstretched. Flex the feet, fan the toes out, reach the arms up and overhead, take a breath in to create length along the spine. And as you breathe out, hinge forward, but keep reaching, reaching, reaching forward to create length, length, length before you exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, deepen. Breathe in length, breathe in space. Breathe out to hinge a little bit more. And then one more breath in, navel to spine. Breathe out, press the seat bones down and away. Roll the spine up to seated. Reverse tabletop, plant both feet hip distance and drive the hips up, look back. Maybe you open up through the throat chakra, Jahalalanda Bandha, another throat lock. And then lower the hips down and lower yourself down, coming all the way back down onto the mat. Supine twist on the right, right knee draws in. And then over to the left, bottom hip and gaze to the right. And soften here, soften eyes, soften gaze. And soften muscles. Like I always notice that I'm still keeping tension in my belly and in my glutes, and I have to just remind myself to let go. And when I let go, I create a little bit more space to do this final twist. Come back to center, switch sides. Draw left knee in, and then over to the right. Bottom hip and gaze to the left. Come back to center, pull both knees in, final squeeze in. And let's do one final breath together. So really breathe in deep and full into the lungs, almost so much that you can feel this expansion of your whole chest and torso. And when you get to the top, pause and try to sip in a tiny bit more air. And then open the mouth, exhale, Shavasana, final resting pose. Let both legs go long to either side of the mat. Arms on either side of your body, palms facing up. Shut the eyes. Just experience a few moments of stillness after a 30-minute practice, knowing that you rolled out your mat, you did the work, and now, even after just 30 minutes, you've shifted something, and you're letting that settle by being still. begin to notice your breath. Notice the air on your skin. And notice the mat beneath you, sensation of your body touching the mat, the ground, the earth. Start to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, and take a big stretch overhead, full body stretch. Draw the knees into your chest and gently make your way up to a seated position. And just keeping the eyes closed. Find your seat bones and find that connection to earth. Seat bones drawing down, crown of the head lifting up, so you have length, and you've got that polarity of being rooted here, but also lifting up. Hands at heart center, ending in gratitude for the practice, time spent on your mat, acknowledging yourself, and just getting a sense of that connection to one another. Draw the thumbs to forehead center. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, darling.
Thank
and Griff,
you.
you'll